Hi everyone, in our last video we ended with a young starter plant in a 2 3/4 inch pot. Give it about 1 to 2 years and your plant will look like this. So in today's video we're going to finish out the series and go from this 2 3/4 inch pot and transplant it into a 5.5 inch pot. Before we start transplanting, I just want to talk about the basics of Cattleya growth. So when we started on this 2 3/4 inch pot, you can see that the size of the leaves in ratio to the pot size is about equivalent or a little bit less. Now to the pot to my right, where it has matured for about 1 to 2 years, you can see that the leaf size is a lot larger than the pot, and it looks as if the plant has outgrown the pot. It's important to note though that when you're transplanting, it's okay to leave the plant in the pot for just a little while longer to be sure that the roots have established and that the plant is ready to be transplanted up into the bigger 5.5 inch pot. If the plant is too young, the roots may not have been established and it might set the plant back. So if your plant looks something like this, or maybe even have a little bit more growth, that's fine. It's better to have the plant be a little bit larger than too small. So what I have in front of me are the supplies that you'll need for transplanting: a 5.5 inch pot, Orchid medium, and a packing tool. Let's talk about the media mix. So right now this is our own in-house media blend. It contains bark, charcoal, and perlite. So if you wanted to make this on your own, we use a number 7 bark, and it's about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch in size. And you can find charcoal and perlite and make your own blend. If not, we do have our blend in store as well as online. Okay, so now we're ready to transplant. So like we did before, you just want to gently squeeze the pot to loosen the media and the roots and pull up at the base. So you can see that the root system has developed and it's pretty much ready to transplant. So you want to gently remove the old media. It's okay if there's a little bit of media left behind. Okay, so with Cattleya orchids, you can see that there are shoots that grow off of the main shoot. Right now, this really small one is where the next growth is going to come out. So you want to be able to place that towards the center, because after this growth comes out, the next one will come out successively in that direction. So we can hold the plant, generally not exactly center, but to a little bit off center, because we want this shoot to be the next large shoot that's going to come out. Then you want to just fill the bottom. You don't want to put your plant completely to the bottom, because all the rest of the leaves are going to get buried under there. So you want to lift it up just so that its base meets the top of the pot. Keep adding the bark. Now, as I mentioned before, there's a packing tool. So this packing tool, it's just a thin piece of wood that has been shaved down. You can use any household item like an old wooden spoon, or maybe like a spatula where the top has fallen off. And what you want it to be skinny, because what you're trying to do is pack down the media so that it's tight. You don't want to hit the plant or the roots, but you just want to go around it. So you want to make sure that the media and the bark is packed in tight. Then we just add a little bit more bark and continue to do that just along the edges. So continue to pack the media in there. And you'll see that at some point, once you continue to pack the media in, that your plant will be stable and it won't be tilting. And you just want to top it off with just a little bit more media. The media doesn't have to come all the way to the top of the pot, because you see that little piece of growth, you want it to be able to grow out and mature. So you can just give it a few more taps. Okay. At this stage, your plant is mature. It'll take about 1 year for you to get your first bloom. Now, as your Cattleya plant grows, you'll notice that the plants will successively throw out shoots to the side. So in one of our future videos, I'll show you how to take this one mature plant and divide it into 2 plants. Thanks for watching!